So it's the day after the New Jersey Green Amendment hearing, and I wasn't going to TikTok because I feel kind of lousy. I have a sore throat and a stuffy nose, and I'm sort of going downhill. But then I reflected on some of the testimony from yesterday, and I really couldn't resist sharing. First off, great positive testimony. You know, the majority of people, the vast majority of people that showed up at the hearing were speaking in support of a New Jersey Green Amendment and the constitutional right of all the people in the state to pure water, clean air, healthy environments, and creating a duty on all government officials to protect the state's natural resources, including its climate, for both present and future generations. But there were about half a dozen from industry that came out in opposition, and they had a lot of ridiculous things to say. And I'm just going to highlight a few of them. Somebody from the New Jersey Industry Association, I think it was, said environmental policy is complicated. So that was one of their reasons why we should not have a constitutional right to a clean, safe, and healthy environment, because the language wasn't overly complicated. And then they said there are going to be unintended consequences. I don't know. The only unintended consequences I've seen from green amendments in Pennsylvania, Montana, and New York, actually, they're all intended. And they've all been good consequences that are providing critical environmental protections for communities and the environment. There was the statement that the Clean Water Act, when it was passed, had zero pollution discharges to waterways as an aspirational goal. Now, point of correction, it was not an aspirational goal. It was an absolute goal of the Clean Water Act. But this industry guy says that it was an aspirational goal only. And then he went on to say, but we realized that it was not realistic, that we had to discharge pollution into our rivers. And so we wrote the law to allow it, or wrote the laws to allow it, he says. He said that our system of environmental protection in New Jersey works. Well, there are a lot of people for whom it doesn't work, and they're drinking contaminated water and breathing hazardous air pollution, and there are environmental justice communities being sacrificed across the state and across the nation under this current system of law. So it surely isn't working for a whole heck of a lot of people. Maybe it's working for the wealthy, but not for everyone. But I do want to say that Senator Smith, the chair of the committee, when this industry representative went on about, how great the existing environmental laws are, Senator Smith said, but usually you're here to say that all that legislation is wrong. It was quite funny. Another thing was that industry said that we do not like to open up the Constitution, and talked about how they rarely have ever supported constitutional amendment. I don't know why that's an argument on their side, right? I mean, the Constitution belongs to the people, and there is a process for the people to amend the Constitution when they want to amend it. It's not up to industry. And then really just the final remarks for, I think somebody from the Fuel Merchants Association made the observation that since 1977, because of New Jersey law, industry has had the right to pollute. Well, that's what I say all the time. That's one of the problems with the ways the laws are written. They're written in order to legalize pollution and actually do think that industry has a right to pollute. And that's wrong, right? And the people don't have a right to a clean, safe, and healthy environment. And then this was the real kicker. He said about the New Jersey Green Amendment and this right of the people to a clean, safe, and healthy environment, this is anarchy masking as an amendment. So I think that speaks volumes. This is not anarchy. This is democracy, right? This is, again, I'm going to say it again. This is not anarchy, creating a constitutional entitlement of the people to pure water, clean air, a safe climate, and healthy environments. This is democracy. And that's what the Green Amendment movement is all about. Democracy, environmental rights, and we the people taking our power back when it comes to environmental protection. So if you want to join the movement, www.forthegenerations.org is the national page, and from there you can find a pathway to all of the states where there's the most active engagement, including New Jersey, whose website is www.njgreenamendment.org.